Come on.
I jumped in my car with my bag of stamps, my punches, and my apron on.
Hello, everybody. It is Cindy here with Stampin' Chick Creations. If you are just joining me, hello. Thank you for finding me on YouTube. So a little introduction. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and have been for 17 years. And I live in a small community in Ontario, Canada called Brigden. And so if you've been following me along either on my Facebook group or page or here on YouTube, you will notice that I have had several technology issues with my internet provider. So unfortunately, I'm still using them tonight, but I'm hoping that after tonight, I'll be able to get my new internet provider set up and ready to go. So I have done a speed test for those of you that know my story. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice. And it says that my internet is okay. So I'm thinking that the problem might be Facebook cannot handle YouTube and Facebook at the same time. So we're going to try this and see what happens. If you're here, say hello. I see Marlon is here with us. I'd like to know who it is I'm speaking with, just because I can't always see if you haven't given eCam authorization. So sometimes on my end, I just see user and I don't know who that is. So I think to comment on my videos, I think you actually have to log into your Google account possibly, or your YouTube account. So if you haven't done that yet, please do so. I'm super excited to be here. I thought I was going to have to cancel at the last minute. Hello, Paula. Because the boys have started haying. So I live on a farm, for those of you that don't know me. And we've just started haying as of yesterday. And of course, today we had a machinery malfunction, which caused a little bit of damage to the equipment. So not a very great start to the haying season. So lots of barn words being thrown out, but I think we've got it under control now. So I was able to hop on it and still do the video. All right, so we're going to get started. Well, people are hopping on. Let me know where you're from if I don't know who you are. And I just want you to know that Stampin' Up! Today announced free shipping if you're in Canada, over $100 order. Only on Wednesday. Okay, so Wednesday, I think that's June 21st. I almost said January. June 21st. So your order has to be over $100 to qualify. However, what I am offering my customers is if you have a smaller order, I will put all those orders together and I will actually do it so that everybody in the group qualifies for the free shipping. So we'll hit that $100 mark and then everybody will get the free shipping. So if you're hopping on, say hello. Those of you that know me and know my issues, I would ask that you please comment throughout the video and let me know how it's going, if it's cutting in and out, etc. So that really will help me streamline my issue. I really do think it's my internet, even though my internet says it's okay. I really do feel it's my internet. So we have not even been able to have one person on the internet at home. And we can't check weather, we can't do anything. So a lot of barn words are coming into the house over the last week as well, because it's very frustrating. We rely on the internet for the weather. So, all right, let's get started. And we will make 3 cards tonight. And you might notice a theme with the embellishments possibly throughout. Okay, so the first card that I'm starting with, I'm just going to move my light over this way a little bit. Okay. So the first card that we're going to start with is actually one of my favorite bundles or suites, okay? And it's the Cheerful Daisies. So if you're not familiar with the stamp set, it's this one right here, Cheerful Daisies. It is incredible. I'm sure you have seen it all over the internet because everybody is creating with this one. So this is absolutely incredible, and it comes with the dies. So I put my dies on a magnetic sheet so that they're with my stamp set. I'm sure you've seen that before. So I have my dies in my stamp set. And honestly, at first, I wasn't going to actually buy this suite because I thought, oh, I already have something similar. But I don't, actually. When you start creating with this, you realize that you really don't. And this is a must-have. It's incredible. Absolutely beautiful. So this also has coordinating paper that you've seen me use a lot if you follow me. But this paper is one of the ones that's on the front of the paper pack. And it's a little bit different to what we would normally see in a paper pack. Normally we would see a lot of like this type of paper or a more intense print of a paper. So this one actually has this, and I had somebody say to me, I would not even know what to do with this. Like, am I supposed to use this as a full sheet? If I cut it, then like, I don't understand, what am I supposed to do with this? So I thought this would be a great opportunity for me to show you exactly what we're going to do with this. So if you're a Love It Chop It fan, or don't know what Love It Chop It is, you're going to want to stay tuned for July's class, because you might, if memory serves me correctly, might want to take that class. Okay, so this is what your paper is going to look like. It's 12 by 12. And then what I have done is I have actually cut it, right? So I can use all these bits for different cards. So we're going to make a card using this paper, and I'm going to show you, what we're doing here. So when you get this paper, the very first thing I would do is I would cut along here. Okay, because you cut along there, it's pretty straightforward. Then you can cut and cut, right? And then when you get into these ones here, you can do one of two things. It depends on how your brain operates, but you could cut, let me move this up so you can see. You could cut along here to this point and then cut, or you could, that's already going to be cut there, but you can cut here and cut here. So I'm actually going to be using this print right here tonight. So I'll show you what we're going to do here. So this is an amazing way to make a super, super quick and easy card. Okay. So I'm actually using boho blue for this paper. If you're not familiar with boho blue, it is one of our in colors. So if you're part of my in color club, this will be one of our upcoming colors. I think it's actually next month. And then what I've actually done is I've actually brought in a piece of just plain old Whisper White paper, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue this down. So I'm going to show you how quick and simple your cards can come together with just one sheet of paper. So you can make some pretty fun and elegant cards without a whole heck of a lot of effort. Yet the person receiving your card is going to love it. So if you're just hopping on, please say hello. Please be sure to let me know where you're from. And if you are able to comment, please let me know if the video is cutting in and out, or if it is okay. All right, so this is the paper that I'm going to be using, which is incredibly beautiful on its own, absolutely. And so what we're going to do is we're going to glue this down here. But before I do that, I actually want to use some of our incredibly beautiful boho blue in color ribbon. And this is like a thicker, it's not twill. It is absolutely beautiful. So what I'm going to actually do for this one though is I am going to put this along here, but I'm going to use tear and tape to adhere this down. The other card that I made, I actually did try using the green glue, which was okay. It was okay, but it did take a lot longer to dry, and I just don't have that kind of patience. So I'm going to use this incredible tear and tape. So if you've never used tear and tape before, it's so much fun. Hi, Becky. It is so much fun. There's so many great techniques you can do with tear and tape. It's not just tape. Of course not. So I'm actually adhering this onto the Designer Series paper. So it's double-sided tape is really what it is. And then I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to put my ribbon down. I want to make sure this is straight, actually, though. I have a tendency of putting my ribbon on a little bit crooked. So you see how this is standing up like this? I could actually take a glue dot and put that down. Actually, these glue dots that I have right here are not very good. I don't know where, they're not Stampin' Up! Ones. I don't know where I got them from, but they're awful. All right, so here's my card so far. I love this boho blue. It is so beautiful. I keep checking to make sure that I'm gluing my card down right. This is my fear right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually adhere this down. Okay, so you can see Like, you should have timed me to see how quick this card took me to put together, because I feel like it's probably like one of the world's records quickest cards to put together. I cannot speak today. I have to tell you guys, I have done something to my neck. I think it's a pinched nerve, and it just kind of gnaws at me every once in a while, and it makes me stand up, makes me really pay attention. So I'm not sure what I have done, but it's like day 3 now, and I think I'm going to actually have to break down and call my chiropractor off cycle and say, please see me. All right, so now I absolutely love, excuse me, this stamp. Now, I know it's very small. So I did this ahead of time to save time. It says, you're wonderful, you're loved, and you matter. And this one's very, very, like, near and dear to my heart. I love this saying. So, and I've actually stamped this in the same color as the paper. And it's the copper clay, actually, is the color that I used. Copper clay or pecan pie? Hang on. I think it was copper clay I used. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to very carefully just put a couple little dabbles. That's a very technical crafting term, by the way, dabbles. And I'm going to just put these down. I should be using glue dots for this, truthfully. But my glue dot envelope has completely vanished. I have no idea where I've put it. Someplace safe, clearly. Okay, so I'm going to put this right down onto my ribbon, and I can't feel my fingers, so this should be really fun. Okay, so I'm just going to let that dry for a minute. I'm just going to hold it down for just a quick second. So I hope those of you that are watching, everything is working out okay. So if somebody can let me know, that would be super duper fun. And I would really, really, really appreciate it. Okay, I had my embellishments on my table here, and now, now that I need them, they have vanished. Huh, isn't that fantastic? Okay, well, okay. Bear with me for 30 seconds here. While I see if I can find. No. I have misplaced my embellishments. They will show up when I don't need them. But I need them because I need to make my card so pretty. And dang it. Okay. Well, I'm not going to stress out too much about this just yet. Oh, because I found them. I actually put them back where they were supposed to go. It's working fine. Everything is good. This is what I am so excited to hear. Thank you, ladies. I really do think that some of the problem is Facebook as well. Facebook does not love multi-streaming videos. So I do feel like that is some of my problem. Although I keep saying that to Maya, and she says, but Mom, the internet doesn't work at home either. And I'm like, I know. You're right. So, okay, so I am using these absolutely incredible iridescent gems that if you had placed an order with me during the first week, these were your gift. So, I don't know if you can see how beautiful this card is. It is absolutely incredible. Now, if I really wanted to step it up a notch, we're going to bring in our Wink of Stella. And I could actually add a little bit of bling bling to some of my flowers. Right? So you see how you can just take something so simple and just really, really dress it up. Now, the other thing is I could actually put some gems in the middle of my flowers just to kind of dress it up as well. So you probably won't see this on camera, and that's okay. But there is some Wink of Stella on there. Okay, so that is your first card. So again, that is just using our 12 by 12 paper and just cutting it down, right? So I'm going to show you another card that I made with that paper, not that specific paper, but a different paper in the suite. So this is the other one that I made. Okay, so again, if I bring in my 12 by 12, that's this piece right here. And then I've just used the wheat color. Oh my God, it's just left my name. The name has left me because I keep calling it the poopy color. Wild wheat, I think is what it's called. The ribbon, which is beautiful. And then again, my gems. And then this is from the same suite as this one here. And then it just die cuts the words out as well for us, which is super fun. So again, you see how very quickly I just made two very elegant, beautiful cards. Okay. All right. So there's that one. Now I'm going to attempt to do this card again. I did this card last week, maybe 2 weeks ago. And so I'm going to redo it. And I hope I've cut everything properly. So this one here, I am using Misty Moonlight. Sorry, my brain is not functioning anymore. And then I'm going to put a piece of Whisper White down. Okay, so I'm just going to glue those down. This pain in my neck is like, I don't want to say it's bad, but it's just very annoying. So I think a phone call to my friend is going to be in order. Okay, so here is my Misty Moonlight, my white. Then what I'm going to do is I have got a piece of Night of Navy. And you know what I'm missing? I am missing a piece of Designer Series paper. I don't know where the heck my paper went. Okay, so anyway, so I'm going to take my Night of Navy and I'm going to fold it. So it's kind of like a gatefold. Okay, and it's going to go on here like this. My phone is going absolutely incredibly crazy right now. It's going to go on top here, and then my Designer Series paper would go here if I knew where the heck I had put it, because it's not with my card. Oh, isn't that just lovely? Okay, and then this is going to go on top, and then this one's going to go on top. Okay, so I'm not going to glue this down because I need to get my Designer Series paper, but what I am going to do is I'm going to show you again just how we use this Countryside Corners, and this is one large stamp, and I think it's confusing a few people. So we will give it a try here and see what we can do. So I am going to use, so I actually prefer to keep the stamp actually right in the case. So I don't even take it out because it is the size of like a background stamp. So really, once I've die cut this, you can actually line this up to see exactly where it's supposed to go, right? So I'm going to use Night of Navy for both of these colors, actually. So, did I use Night of Navy? No, actually, I actually used Misty Moonlight is what I did use on these. Okay, so I am going to, now if you have a Stampin' Spot, they're great for something like this. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to line this up here. I'm going to push down. I feel like I did not line that up properly, but that's okay. Nobody knows but me. Okay. So you can see all the other ones, but that's okay because I'm going to cover it up so nobody's going to see it. And then I'm going to come in with my flowers. And line that one up. And I'm going to put this on here like that. Okay. Oh, actually, no. You know what I did? I know what I did. I knew that didn't seem right. Maybe this pain is actually like affecting my brain function. Do you think? Could very well be, eh? I did not use my ink pad for this. I remember now. I did not. I actually used my Night of Navy marker is what I did. So, Night of Navy marker, and I'm going to go over this. So you'll notice this is my Stampin' Write marker. This is much different than your Stampin' Blends. Okay? So Stampin' Write markers, you can do this technique with. You cannot do this with Stampin' Blends. If you do this with your Stampin' Blends, what will happen is that your ink will not come off your stamps because your Stampin' Blends are actually alcohol based. Marlon said hers is cutting out. Is anybody else's doing that? It could very well be Marlon. We'll see what if anybody else is. I see the number of watchers is dropping, like from 5 to 1 to 10 to 1 to, so I'm not even sure how accurate that is. Okay, so there we go. That's better. So I'm going to wash this off just with my baby wipe, just because I think that's much, much easier. Marlon, you might be the only person watching. And then I'm going to come in with my flowers. Okay, so here I am. I'm using my Stampin' Write marker again. You're not using your blends on this one because we do not, friends, want your stamps to get ruined. And it will permanently have the alcohol on. Becky said hers is as well. So, okay, friends, that tells me very much so that it is the internet. So, that's very super helpful. Okay, now I will tell you, when I was trying to watch a video the other day, it kept doing the same thing. I would get 2 words and then it would cut out. I'd get 2 words and it would cut out. So it was very, very annoying. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do for simplicity's sake, because this is cutting out, I'm going to skip over this card. I'm going to show you the card, but I'm not going to finish this card so that you guys are not completely annoyed by this. All right. So let me put this all back where it needs to go. Oh, my neck is just really bothering me tonight. Okay, so here is the card. Okay, so you can see I have the Misty Moonlight, the Whisper White, the Night of Navy, and then the Designer Series paper that matches the Countryside Inn, right? And then I've got my 2 dies, and I've put some of that linen thread. You heard me talk about linen thread before. It's absolutely incredible. And then when you open it up, and that's just my little note to tell me which stamps I used, there's your card. So this one's a super fun card. A few more layers, a little bulkier, but it's fun nonetheless. All right, let's go on to our last card because internet is not cooperating. This one is probably by far my favorite card. And it does use the Hello Daisy or Cheerful Daisy suite again. And I know you're probably going to get sick and tired of seeing it, but it's definitely worth it. Okay. So what I've got here is I have just a piece of basic white, and then I've got my Lemon Lolly stamp pad, which is very, 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 very light. Okay, very light. And I've got my mini blending brush. So these blending brushes, you've heard me talk about them before. They have like thousands and thousands of little bristles in them. And they feel like velour is what they feel like. Okay. So it just kicked me out apparently. So hopefully this is still going. All right, so it says that it kicked me out of my recording, but I think I'm still live. So can somebody please confirm that with me, that it's I'm still live, because I'm going to go check to see. I want to see how far it went before it kicked me out. Oh, quite a ways, actually. Okay, so that's very annoying, actually. So, am I still live? Can anybody confirm for me? It says that I'm live, but I don't know that I'm live. Interesting. Okay. All right, guys. Sorry. Of course, I should have leaded with the favorite card. It says that I am live. But there's nobody out there. All right, I am back. All right, I think this confirms for me that it is definitely the internet that is not working. So my top priority will be getting that set up. So my apologies for cutting out. Yeah. Well, I guess if I get the new internet set up and it still does this, then we know it's not the internet. It must be my computer. Process of elimination. This is what we're going to do, right? Okay, so what I'm doing here is I am using the Cheerful Daisies stamp, the die of the suite, and I am going to go ahead and I am going to actually... Yeah, I think I've lost everybody. Okay, so I'm going to use Lemon Lolly. This will be around for you to watch later as well. So I'm going to use the Lemon Lolly ink with my blending brush. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually just in a circular motion, just start spreading some color. So I don't know how much you can see of this on camera, but it is a very, very light color, but it's a bright color as well. So it's kind of it really is a cool color. Lots and lots of possibilities with this color for sure. Okay, so I'm going to leave it at that. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to bring in our finger dauber, and I'm going to use Granny Apple Green, and I am actually going to dab, and I'm just going to fill in the centers of these daisies with my Granny Apple Green. I love Granny Apple Green. Mine is actually kind of a drier color. Okay. I'm just going to kind of dab there. You know what I'm actually going to do? I'm going to bring in Parakeet Party instead. It's very, very bright, and I feel with the Lemon Lolly, it might actually be even brighter, yeah. There we go. And then on my leaves, can you see what I'm doing here? On my leaves, here we go. So with the finger dauber, you have a little bit more control, I would say. But I absolutely love the other. All right, so what am I going to do here? I'm going to actually put this along here. I'm going to glue it down. I was going to use my dimensionals, but they have also vanished. Everybody has vanished. My glue, my watchers, everybody is gone. Okay. Oh, I guess I should put some, oops, glue over here. That's not what I wanted. Anyway, nonetheless. Do you ever have those days where you think, oh, I should have just stayed in bed? I feel like today is one of those days. I actually had to be in the office today. And that was interesting. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to use Heartfelt Thank You for this one. I'm going to use Parakeet Party though. Okay. And I will post these pictures after because it looks like I've lost everybody. So I will get them posted right after. Okay, so there is that down. And then I will use my Take Your Pick tool. And I am going to add some gems. To my card. Okay, so then there is my last card. You can see how beautiful and simple this card is, but just elegant, absolutely elegant. Okay, all right, everybody, I will post those pictures here shortly. And again, my apologies for the internet not cooperating with me. I thought maybe it would work if it was just on YouTube, but apparently no, not so much. So hopefully we can get this figured out. Thanks for sticking with me. I appreciate you, and we will talk to you soon. Bye.
Anything is possible. It started with a dream. Our passion made a difference and built a